Good morning, beautiful people. So y'all, I have so much on the schedule today, and I am taking you guys along. So this is gonna be a full-fledged day in the life video on a Sunday with moi. So here's what we got to do today. In my prayer, because I had a really good conversation with my higher power this morning. My prayer today is that I accomplish all of it and don't get distracted or sidetracked. So here's what we got to do today. Today, we got to go buy our wagon because I got to do a lot of grocery shopping today. And with me doing a lot of grocery shopping today, I need to have my wagon. So first and foremost, I need to get my wagon. Because I had a really good conversation with my higher power this morning. My prayer today is that I accomplish all of it and don't get distracted or sidetracked. So here's what we got to do today. Today, we got to go buy our wagon because I got to do a lot of grocery shopping today. And with me doing a lot of grocery shopping today, I need to have my wagon. So first and foremost, I need to get my wagon. I got to get my eyebrows top coat because I'm almost out of it. It's a sealer that I put on my eyebrows to keep them from sweating off. So I got to get that. Got to go to the grocery store. I got some avocado bread that I want to try. It's the half loaf. I be buying the half loaf bread because I don't eat a lot of bread, and so a lot of times I just throw it away. But they had some avocado grain bread that I want to try. But I want to buy some avocados and also some tomatoes, some purple onions, some white pepper. I haven't had white pepper in a long time. Some white pepper. I need to get some eggs. I need to write all of this down because I want to start back eating the avocado toast that I used to eat, which was so good. Just mash avocado, toast it, mash avocado in it. I'm not gonna add bacon, but we used to add bacon. My sister Kathy turned me on to this, and it actually was really good whenever I was working on losing weight. Avocado, it used to be avocado, bacon, sliced boiled egg, tomatoes, everything bagel seasoning, red onions, and I think that was it. Y'all, I ain't gonna get no bacon. I might get some bacon. I don't know. Anyway, I need to write all this stuff down nevertheless. Then I'm headed to Mom to take the trash to the street where me and my sister piled up one of the big trash cans with stuff. That they only do pick up trash on Mondays at my house, and so I need to make sure I take the trash can to the street. I want to go ahead and take that desk to the street. Kathy said that somebody will come by and pick it up who may want to do it over, whatever. I'm going to take it to the street. I want to throw some of that bathroom stuff away that I talked about. I got a pump in the back of my car, so I want to see if I can pump up that tire for my mom's car. I want to see if the tires will pump up because I know we're going to have to get some new tires. It's going to need an oil change, and some more stuff. We're going to get the car back. We're going to go ahead and get the car working, so we'll have an extra car just in case, anything happened. I do want to show you some of the new houses in the area. Baby, whenever I say it is mind-blowing how much things have truly changed over there in the area, and everything that's going on with the economy right now and the administration is affecting the value of the homes. But it's still just mind-blowing. One of my friends yesterday sent me a house that is I'll say it's around the corner from my house. And they modeled it and everything, and right now it's sitting on the market for $600,000. And so I just want to show you guys, and the people who are here in Atlanta, a lot of times we don't go to our old neighborhoods, and I'm learning that with a lot of my friends, because sometimes I'll just post houses and stuff in the neighborhood, and they're like, wow. And so it goes to show that a lot of people move away from the neighborhood they grew up in, and they never go back and visit, even though they live right here in Atlanta. But me, I'm the type of person, I've always been ever since I was able to drive, and I guess it comes from my mom and hanging with her best friend, that have car will travel. That's my mentality. So I've had the have car will travel mentality all my life. But once I started driving at 16, I was driving all the way to the other side of the town. T-Boz and TLC, Tion, that was my best friend when we was in high school. And whenever she moved from off Gresham Road to East Point, when she first moved over there, I would go pick her up. It was nothing for me to drive, and I'm 16. I would drive from Decatur to East Point, pick her up. We used to go to this club called Motions in Lithonia, go to Six Flags, go to Jelly Beans skating rink. We lived at Jelly Beans skating rink. That's kind of like how no, it is how we met all the guys from Organized Noise. We all used to hang out together, at the skating rink. That was just, we would go during the week. I think it was on a Thursday that we used to go. We used to go on Sundays, Saturdays or whatever. So we used to always be at Jelly Bean skating rink together. So I would always leave my house in Decatur, go pick her up. Honey, we used to be when I say everywhere, we used to be everywhere, all over the place. So I've always had a have car will travel mentality. That being said, a lot of people, like I said, don't go back to the old neighborhood. So I want to show you guys, especially ones that are here from Atlanta, how much that area has changed. And it's another reason why I will not get rid of my house. That house is, of course, it has sentimental value to me because my mom and my dad worked so hard to get us out of the low-income housings, which was Sweet Street Gardens, which was where they filmed Daddy's Little Girl. But my mom worked at General Motors. My dad used to work for Coca-Cola. Then he worked for DeKalb County, and they worked so hard and was so proud of buying that home. They were both from the country, raised on the farm. Well, my mom didn't move up here to Atlanta until she was 18, but my dad moved up here, I think, whenever he was in the 8th grade or something like that. And so they're very prideful, and so I take pride in how hard they work to get what they have. So that is, even though there's a lot of things that are in the house I'm going to get rid of, that house it is very sentimental to me, and so it'll be left to my mom, my daughter. And I talked to her and I said, whatever you do whenever I'm gone, it's on you. She's like, Mom, I would not sell our family home. Anyway, so I want to go around and show you guys some of what the area looks like, and then we got to go to the grocery store. One of my guy friends has got into selling. He has his own tea company, his own tea business, and I could give you a backstory on this, but I'm not going to give you a backstory on this because y'all be trying to come for me, and baby, you ain't gonna be able to come for me. But anyway, so he has his own tea business now, and he hit me up and let me know that he's doing a pop-up shop. And so I told him that I would, stop there, and I would, pop in and everything and support his business. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to feature his tea on one of my podcasts. I told him that I would, do that and put him out there. I'm just the type of person that want to support especially my black businesses and my black people. So for the ones who says that I have a disdain for black people, I'm always talking about black people, it's just amazing to me how people, hold on, let me say this before I get into this. Okay, so those are the things I need to do, but my camera is going dead. I need to charge it, so I'm going to have to hop off in a second. But that's just one of the things that's so funny to me, how people are so quick to say that anytime I say something against, you know, us, that they just want to pounce on me and say that, you know, I got a disdain for black people. I don't like my people, or I talk bad about my people. But those people only come on my channel and comment and say something, or, you know, a lot of them I believe have unsubscribed from my channel. But one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to censor myself or how I feel. This is my channel, and oftentimes I say things that others want to say but are afraid to say because of the backlash that they know that they will receive. So that being said, it's funny to me how people never notice the good that you do. They don't notice the support that I have. They don't notice whenever I am constantly big upping and promoting, you know, my people. They don't notice that. I don't get kudos for that. I only get people only recognize the negative. They don't recognize or even acknowledge the positive. And that's something that I work and strive so hard to do, is to try and make sure I balance it out, but not even balance it out. I try to make sure that I impart more positivity, especially when it comes to my people versus the negative. But I'm not going to censor myself and not speak about the negative, because that's the only way that we can improve. Make sense? Makes sense. Okay, so I'm down to 4%, y'all. I gotta charge this, and so I'll holler at you guys a little later. Love you. Yes, my mother had carpet in the bathroom, and we hated it, but because it carries germs and fungus. But she had neuropathy, and so her feet was cold. She really couldn't feel her feet, and so we didn't understand it. We didn't care for it, but there's so many things that I better understand now. Now, here's a major issue. See that crack? This is my biggest concern. Is the foundation. That's what you call it. But this is a concern for me. Let me see what my girl wants. Okay, y'all. So when I be talking about my mom don't get rid of nothing, and it irks me, but some things I keep running across. I'm like, okay, y'all, and none of y'all gonna know my real name. My real name is Lolita. This he says, I love Mike. I love Mike. Clolita, be better known as Amenity. Do you consider me raw? Of course you do. Y'all remember whenever we used to, hold on, let me turn this off. We used to, I don't know, down here in the South, everything was raw. If it was like, put it like this, I was the rawest thing indicator, which means that I was the baddest thing indicator. Do you love Mike? Do you like me? I know you do. I don't know, baby. And I know who it is. This is Michael Sutherland. And oh my God, these letters. So I am a letter writer. I've always been a letter writer. That's how I get my thoughts out. So this is a letter that I wrote to my mom. I don't know when it was dated. A letter I wrote to my mom about school. Then, baby, February 4th, 1987. Dear Mr. and Mrs., this letter is to inform you that a hearing has been set before the Student Evidentiary Hearing Committee at the time, date, and location below. The purpose of the hearing is to receive any and evaluate testimony and other evidence concerning the charges against your child. Did it says my name? Charges. Possession of alcohol. Being under the influence of alcohol. And then repeated violations. Referred to the Student Evidentiary Hearing Committee by Gilbert Turman, Principal, Gordon High. That's whenever I got expelled from school and kicked out and sent to alternative school. The repeated violations is what got me kicked out of school. I'll tell y'all one day what happened with that situation, because back then I wasn't a drinker, but me when I was 14. At that time, I had been being molested by my cousin. And so I was just anyway. So she saved a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. This must be a newer one. Okay. So she got my exposure letters. She got the letters that I wrote her. And then she got this notebook. You're nothing but a Hershey bar. If you work for me, you'll become Mr. Good Bar. Then they won't have to call you whatchamacallit anymore. When you get caught in the secret storm of fright and stabbed in the back with the edge of night, don't search for tomorrow. Reach for the guiding light. Mike and... Okay, so this right here... Oh, I'm going to have to go back and read this. To be in here for the first... This statement means you mean me. Okay, this is... Kathy Robinson. All right, y'all. So let's have a conversation. And I hope it's not too loud in my car because I'm driving. And I'm on my cell phone versus being on my pocket camera. So let's have a conversation about sometimes we have a poverty mindset. So today I posted on Facebook images of a house that's in the area somewhat in the area that I grew up in, that listed for $599, and it actually has been reduced by $20,000. It is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, ranch style house that have been totally refurbished. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put it in the, no, I'm not gonna put it in the description. I'm gonna drop it in the description, but I'm gonna drop pictures somewhere around here. So I posted it, and people from the area who we grew up with are just flipping out on the fact that this house is now $599. Not even giving credit to the amount of remodeling that went into this house. What went into this house is they took a carport and turned it into a 2-car garage, resodded the whole front yard, backyard, redid all the electrical, all the plumbing, blew out walls, bumped out the master bedroom and made it larger, and installed a full suite that has double vanities, shower, separate tub, glass in the shower, gold fixtures, and upgraded the other bathroom. So now, like I said, I think it was a 3-bedroom, maybe 2-bath. Now it's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. Totally remodeled the kitchen, added a fireplace, added a back patio, poured concrete, added a covered back patio, which means that they added they pitched the roof and brought it out and redid the roofing, brand new roof, and just totally remodeled the house. I'm gonna make sure I show you the before and the after. But whenever I say that we come with a poverty mindset, and oftentimes we really don't think, we are very emotional instead of sometimes being rational. So this particular house, let me pull over right here because I'm supposed to be actually filming some of the neighborhood. So when I talk about us having a poverty mindset, what I'm saying is that we often talk about buying homes, buying homes, buying homes, buying homes. We need to buy homes. We need to buy homes. When you purchase a home, most people say that they buy a home because it is an investment, because it appreciates. So I don't understand how when something appreciates in our old neighborhood, our old area, when it appreciates, we don't appreciate it, so to say. That, like, for example, my house. When we bought that house in 1975, it was worth $20,000. Houses in the area now, $5,000-$6,000. The house was built in the 50s. So the house is 70 years old. Should a house, do you want it to fall apart, fall down, and depreciate, or do you want it to appreciate? When it appreciates, it also comes with higher taxes. And we also get upset and say, well, white people don't move into the neighborhood, gentrification. Well, first of all, nobody told you to sell your property. number one, and grandma's house and your mama's house and your daddy's house. Nobody told you to sell it. That was your choice. You decided to do that. But now that it is in other people, so you sold it, but you want to dictate who buys it. I don't get that. Once you're gone, you're gone. But a lot of people sold grandma's house, sold mom and daddy house, and thought that they was moving somewhere that was better because they was running behind white. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry. And I had to switch. My phone started overheating because I had the case on it. So I had to switch back to my DJI Pocket 3. And I have like 54%. So I should be good. But it's just we're so conflicted. It's like we feel like we buy things for it to increase in value, but we're upset about the things that comes along with it. And at the same time, you're looking at how much the house is, but you don't truly fully understand how much it costs to rehab a house. Whenever you rehab a house, especially if you do a full gut job, kitchen, easily $30,000, although kitchens, depending on the cabinetry, what you get done, all this other stuff, moving walls, all this other stuff, reinforcing once you take down walls that may be a load bearing wall, you might have to put a beam up, you might have to recess the beam into the ceiling, all this other stuff. You $45, sometimes $50,000 just for a kitchen. Once you start adding islands and you start adding upscale appliances, okay, so you at 50. Let's say that they bought the house for $200,000, $245, $250, $300. So you just spent $50,000 on a kitchen. You don't spend $35,000, $40,000 on a new roof. You want to spray paint the whole house, change the brick, spray paint the brick. That's what, $7,000, $8,000? Then what if you have to put in all new windows? Goodness, how much are you going to pay? You know, bumped out the bedroom, which means that you basically then added an extension on. Then for you to pour a 4x4 slab of concrete is like $2,000 just for them to pour concrete. So if you got a big back patio that you have installed, you could easily be looking at $7,000, $10,000. What if you add a deck onto it? Then you're talking about having, then once you start talking about having, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm driving. I'm trying to take some videos of something. So then once you add in, let's go through here. Let's go through here. So guys, this is across from East Lake Country Club. Not East Lake, shit. This is across from Donald Trumbull Funeral Home. So, hold on, y'all. Okay, so I'm back, y'all. So, my thing is, in a nutshell, we get so caught, sometimes us, my people, especially those who are somewhat ignorant to the value of a home, the appreciation of the home, the property value. and how much it costs to actually rehab a house. It's not cheap no more. Materials are expensive. We're dealing with the person in office, and we import materials. So now we're dealing with the people who we import from raising their prices because of tariffs. There's so much that is involved that you really have no, and then sometimes you have no clue. You think, okay, well, I'm going to set aside a budget of $100,000 to rehab this house. But once you go in there and you start taking out walls and you start moving stuff, you will sometimes find yourself at $200,000 because there's foundational issues, because there's water damage, because there is mold, because there is asbestos, because there is termites. All of that stuff will be sprung on you and you have no clue. So let's say you're an investor, and I have my feelings about investors because they're buying up everything here in Atlanta. But as an investor, because I do have girlfriends who are investors. I have a girlfriend who they own like 30, 40 some properties, her and her husband. But as an investor, what is the purpose of buying a home as an investment? Is to make a profit. And you're not going to price the home in a manner that you won't sell it. So the people that price that home for $599 is because that is now the market value in that area. You cannot put a price on time saving. You cannot put a price on convenience. The area that I live in now and the area that I am speaking of, there's so many tangible conveniences. It's close to downtown. You just hop on 285. You're nowhere from the airport. You're close to shopping, grocery stores. You can get to the expressway just like that. Those are tangible conveniences that you can't put a price on. But sometimes we have such a poverty mindset, and that's one of the things that I have had to work on with my mother, because my mother felt like everything's supposed to stay the same. She still would think something that back in the 80s was $2 should only be like $2.25. Perfect example when I say a poverty mindset and how I say we don't think about things. A lot of people are very, very, very upset because Dollar Tree went up to $1.25, now $1.50, maybe $1.75. Y'all, how long we done had Dollar Tree? How long have we been paying $1 for Colgate toothpaste, toothbrush? How long have we been paying $1 for a lot of this stuff? 30 years. And they didn't raise the prices. So when they finally raise the prices, you lose your shit. But at the same time, the house that you used to could pay $170 for, now you will go and pay $500,000 for that house just because it's in another area. So the house wasn't supposed so Dollar Tree, if the price that Dollar Tree is paying for inventory now has increased, you don't think that they're supposed to increase the price also of what you're paying for? It's still sometimes a lot cheaper than what you'll pay if you go to Walmart or you go to any other place. I guess sometimes my logical way of thinking is not logical to most. That's my thing. I gotta get out here to my homeboy that's selling the tea, and I need to charge this camera to make sure that I can get some footage. So I'll check back in with you guys later, because baby, when I say y'all be working my nerves sometimes. Y'all really do be working my nerves sometimes. So I'll holler at y'all. What's going on? How you doing?
The Urban Tea Society.
Is that what is it?
The Urban Tea Society.
Let me see. You know I gotta put you on my Hi Charles.
Premium loose teas.
Let me come in and give me a hug.
That's your sir.
What you got? Let me see what you got. Let me see what you got. What is this?
That is a black tea.
That's this one?
No, that is this one.
Is this one?
It has sour apple pieces in it. Apple pieces, caramel, not caramel. Elderberries, and lemongrass.
Okay. Let's see. Smells
You know
good.
what to do? Just like wine.
Smells good.
Get your little sniff.
Okay.
Let it hold on your palate for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's with no sweetener.
Okay.
Come on, let me hit you.
It don't need it. You got sugar in it?
No.
It don't need no sugar.
I'm gonna turn you on to something.
Okay, it don't need no sugar.
I'm gonna turn you on to something. Hold that.
Okay, hold this.
Hold that.
Okay.
Hold that. Hold that. Hold that.
Okay.
This is made from apples.
That's what?
This is made from apples. This is sweetener. I'm gonna
Okay.
take a little dab.
Okay.
That might have been too much. Now tell me about that.
Okay.
I already know.
Okay, where do I get the sweetener?
From me?
Okay, let me get a sweetener and then let me get this tea.
I'm sold out right now. I just sold out. You can go online about something, but listen, I have some more. Very, very, very short. What can I say? It's wonderful. They're grabbing it like, as they say, hot cakes. So I have currently sold out of the sweetener, apple sweetener, and the black tea, Savannah Honor Palm.
So what you're saying is that when are you gonna get in?
I have it in this week.
So I'm gonna get it at home delivery is what you're saying. Okay.
That's exactly
Okay,
what I'm
that's
saying.
all I needed.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
That's all I needed was the at home delivery.
Yeah.